The rest of dinner proceeds in much the same way, and we have tea after it's done. Kage then retreats to her room for a while before texting me permission to enter. She's clearly been getting things ready for me, which means I'm stupidly excited right now. Kaguya, it's me. Thank... I enter only to immediately have my breath taken away. Kaguya has let her hair down and is dressed in clothes that are a lot more casual. Some sort of loungewear, I imagine. It took my breath away the moment I saw it. You look great, and I've never seen it before, so it's all new to me. Also, promise you won't get creeped out. I have a thing for girls when they've let their guard down. I mean, yeah. That's not what I meant. You're the only one who ever lets herself relax like this in front of me. Kaguya smiles sweetly as she gracefully brushes away the hair that's fallen in front of her neck. Her outfit has quite the wide neckline, so that simple movement gives me a great view of her boobs jiggling about. She's too much, in every conceivable way. It's simply wonderful seeing her allow herself to relax, making no attempt to hide the sheer volume of her breasts and hips. I can even see almost all the exquisite length of her beautiful bare legs. Okay, a weird sentence, but I guess it works. You look great in anything, Kaguya. Honestly, I think you make whatever you're wearing look great as well. The words spill right out of my mouth, right out of me. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't even know what I was saying until it was too late. Yeah, but that's only when he does it instinctively. You got me first. Oh, you didn't hear that. She snuggles up to me, then plants a kiss on my lips, sliding her tongue in between them. Well, Oreo did make a lot of tea, so do you. She's so cute when she's happy. We're at risk of falling into a loop of infinitely building excitement here. I could see it happening already. We have a track record after all. Now doesn't quite feel like the right time, however. You didn't call me in here just to show me your new outfit, right? I changed the topic. Kaguya parts with me with another sweet smile before gesturing to the bed with an open palm. On top of the bed is a laptop. It's obviously brand new and one of the latest models at that. You bought a laptop as well as a console? I'm surprised you were able to go through the you were able to boot it up. Whoa, just imagining it is getting me excited. Of course. Hell, I should be asking you. Kage grabs hold of my hand and dives onto the bed. We're already having the time of our lives, and the fun hasn't even truly started. So, what games do you have?
これよ。
Erige. Kage clicks on a desktop shortcut. A full-screen window boots up seconds later. I feel like I've seen that icon before somewhere. No sooner do I have this thought than I see a brand logo I'm all too familiar with. Then it switches over to the title screen, a bunch of cute, sexy girls all gathered together, and that's when it hits me. This is Erige! I exclaim loudly. Why do you have this on your computer?
リコの PC に入っていたから、私もって思って。
Of course. You're right. I did leave the shortcut on my desktop. This means she actually This means she actually noticed it when I let her try out my computer the other day. I naively assumed she wouldn't pick up on it because she'd never used a computer before. How could I have forgotten how astute Kage is? She's far more than a pretty face.
一緒にやってくれないの?
Once again, her mischievous smile and upturned eyes leave me powerless. I guess I literally just asked for this.
やったわ.
This put her in an even greater mood. She snuggles closer next to me. She's got me right where she wants me. All I can do is play along. Playing a board game with your girlfriend is some weird kind of foreplay. I mean, yeah.
それじゃ、Let's play!
When gameplay is foreplay...
ほらほら。リーク?
Actually, I was wondering, how do you even play a porn game with someone else?
はい。マウス。
What about you?
一緒にプレイよ。
Translated, that means she's just watching. This is definitely starting to feel like foreplay, but it's too late for me to do anything about it. Kage is laying on the bed, resting her chin on her hands and humming to herself. I'm not complaining about getting to spend this time pressed together, but still. I progress through the game while Kaguya watches over me.
あら? またこの子の好感度が上がりそうなのを選んだのね。あなたはやっぱりこの子が好みなの?
She asks questions like this every time a choice comes up, which is making me really uncomfortable.
というより、こういう子のいやらしいところが見たいの?
It doesn't help that her questioning is getting closer and closer to the truth. I explained how your typical pure love Erige goes. I explained how your typical pure love Erige goes, so she knows how the story splits into individual routes for each heroine with sex scenes. Since I've been focusing on raising the affinity of this one specific character, she's taken that to mean I want to bang her. You're not entirely wrong.
予想外の返答が来たわ。
I mean, just look at her. She kind of reminds me of you. What can I do except to tell the truth? Kaguya's eyes go wide in genuine surprise.
どのあたりが?
Her hair color, her hairstyle, how sexy she is, how elegant she is.
あなたの目からは私がこう見えているということ?
I wouldn't go that far. You just have similar traits.
イメージ。なるほど。つまり、あなたはゲームの中でも私のような女の子といやらしいことがしたいのね。
Isn't that a given? Let's go with that. Sweet. I got her back in a good mood. All it cost was some embarrassment.
そう。ごめんなさい。手を止めてしまって。どんどん進めましょう。私もこの子のいやらしいシーンが楽しみだわ。
In too much of a good mood, perhaps. Soon enough, we get on the girl's route, and after a few more scenes, we enter the bone zone. The bone zone! Bro. You... No. What do you mean? Yeah, that's me. Yep.
あなたはこういうのがグッとくるの？
Hey,
おっぱいおまっこのことですよ。
don't you start saying it. Don't mimic her tone either.
でもパイ釣りだったら、私は次はこうじゃなくって、リクに好き放題におっぱいをつかせてあげたいかしら。
Hey.
リクだって負けないわ。
Don't. You know what? That's a good point. If you know, in the real world, visual novel H scenes are very extreme when it comes to how much the main guy comes, right? So why wouldn't a visual novel in a visual novel have the protagonist come even more, right? Hey, the line between reality and fiction is getting really blurry right about now. Well, you know, it was blurry when the art style of the visual novel in the game was the same as the art style of this visual novel. I'm pretty sure Kaguya has become a lot more talkative ever since the sex started. What's worse, everything she says is very colorful. Or specific. Whatever.
それはわかるわね。
Yeah, I wonder why.
リク、興奮してるの？
No, not the slightest.
もう、かわいい？
Not when there's commentary. And so... Phew. Yeah, that's this route over with. Damn, they were able to finish an entire character route in a single night.
なかなか素敵な話だったわね。
We end up playing all the way to the credits. Kaguya gets gradually more excited while a strange fatigue sets in over me. I couldn't get into it at all, knowing that my girlfriend was right beside me. I felt like I had to be extra cautious of every reaction I made. Yeah, but you already compared her to Kaguya. What do you mean? The blurring of the lines between reality and fiction during that sex scene has really done a number on my brain. I think it's probably enough for today, yeah?
ええ、ありがとう。一緒にプレイできて楽しかったわ。
I'll put the laptop away, then, does the over there work?
踏んでしまいそうなところじゃなければ、どこでも大丈夫よ。
I turn the laptop off, close the lid, and get up from the bed to put it away. All this I do as fast as possible to prevent Kaguya from suggesting we continue. This wasn't exactly the heart-pounding excitement I expected from staying the night. I mean, my heart was certainly pounding, just for all the wrong reasons. Huh? All of a sudden, the lights go out. I spin around to look at Kaguya and notice a remote control beside her. She must be able to use that to operate the lights. She beckons to me from the darkness. Why'd you switch the lights off?
早く戻ってきて。
I don't know what's going on, but when your girlfriend smiles and calls you over, then you just do that. You do just that. Restless, I put the laptop away and head back to the bed. I lay down facing her. Is this okay? Or would you rather I was closer?
さっきまでは一緒にうつ伏せだったから、今度はこの添い寝状態が嬉しいかしら。
Right. This feels a lot like pillow talk to me. Although we didn't do the event preceding it, so I guess it doesn't count.
なーに?
She's been staring at me, her eyes narrowed from the smile on her face this whole time. The moonlight glow across her face makes her seem even more beautiful and more seductive than ever. I find myself completely captivated.
リク?
Oh, sorry. Why did you turn the lights off?
この方がムードがあるでしょ? ムードを大切にしてほしいですって、さっき攻略したヒロインも主人公に言っていたし。
My fantasy princess is taking lessons in love from porn games.
でも、悪くはないわよね。
Well, in a porn game, you need to add that part too. I guess not.
ちー。
You've been staring at me a lot today, Kaguya.
薄明かりの中だと、世界があなたと私の二人になったかのようで、見つめているだけでドキドキするの。これがムードの効果なのかしら。
Your expression is what sets the mood for me the best.
私の顔、どんなムードを醸し出してるの?
That you want to kiss me? That you want me to kiss you?
当たり?
What's my reward for getting it right?
私の唇? じゃあダメ?
I'll take them. Close your eyes. It's crazy how much turning the lights off does to change the mood. All of my exhaustion is now gone as I eagerly lock lips with Kaguya.
実はね、ゲームの中で主人公とヒロインがキスしてた時、私もすっごくあなたとしたかったの。
Then you should have done so. That would have made things a lot less exhausting for me.
キスしたらゲームどころじゃなくなっちゃいそうだったんだもの。
You mean?
一生懸命ゲームを進めているあなた、それくらい可愛かったのよ。
You saw right through me, huh?
どうして?
Ow. Playing a porn game with my girlfriend would be the first thing I think.
素直に興奮してくれてよかったのに。
No, I couldn't.
ゲームと同じことしてくれてもよかったのよ。
Then you really would have lost interest in it. We really would have lost interest in it. You said you wanted to play it with me, so, you know.
頑張って最後まで付き合ってくれたのね。
I'm not sure I'd phrase it like that, but yeah.
もう、あなたって本当に。
She gives me a giggle of true delight. Before suddenly tugging her shirt down to expose one of her nipples. My eyes are instantly rooted to the spot, my words completely lost to me. I realize what I'm doing and snap my gaze back to her face, only to find she's giving me that mischievous, seductive smile.
さっき攻略したヒロインは、あなたとしては、なんとなく私に似たイメージだったのよね。
Yeah.
でも、胸は私の方が大きいわ。
Yeah, I'm aware of that, I guess.
でしょ？ちゃんと見て、確かめて。
I don't need to confirm anything. I know your boobs better than...
ねえ、あなたは今まで、ああいうゲームで、男性の事情の処理をしていたの？
Well, if you're referring to traditional visual novels, then, no, because the hate scenes are usually too long, and by the time I'm into it, well, no. Even if I'm into it at the start of the hate scene, I usually lose interest by the end of it, you know, because of how long it is. And other than that, I also am recording, so even if I wanted to do it, I can't because I'm recording. So, you know, there's a lot of reasons why I can't take care of myself. Huh? Take care of myself? Is she asking if I fap to them?
もっと言えば、あのヒロインで大きくして射精したことはあるの？
I have, but I can't admit that. I said Kaguya reminded me of that heroine, not that they were the spitting image of each other. But because I say they look similar, I can't lie and say she doesn't turn me on either.
耳まで真っ赤にして必死で言葉を探して。ほんと、あなたはどこまで行っても私が好きな可愛らしさが失われないんだから。
You're making it even more difficult for me to answer. I nuzzle up against her to hide my embarrassment while secretly allowing myself to feel relieved. She must have just wanted to tease me with that question.
答えあぐねてしまったわよね。ごめんなさい。それでも聞きたかったの。
I'm sure you would have. Why's that? I can't see how making me cringe over my past helps.
あなたは勃起機能を取り戻していつでも性欲処理ができるようになったわけよね。
I guess so.
以前は自分で処理していたわけよね。
Yeah, but I really wish you'd stop talking.
私が何を言いたいかというと、ね。
Huh? I stiffen up. Sweet pleasure racing through my loins. Racing through my loins, fucking Christ. She smiles seductively at me, her dainty hand wrapping up my package and stroking it. Okay. Kaguya.
もう自分で処理なんかさせないわ。あなたの性的欲求は全部私が受け止めるから。うん、お願い。私に受け止めさせて。もういやらしいゲームや動画で処理しないで。私がもっとすごいことしてあげる。させてあげるから。
Kaguya.
あっという間にフル勃起というんだったかしら。してくれたわね。
Of course I am. How could I not be?
ならどう？
Will you help me deal with it?
そうじゃなくて、
I won't take care of it by myself again, so
ええ、私だけに出して。
I think Kaguya must have wanted to have this conversation from the beginning. She wants me to only get excited for her, to only give it to her. Maybe she couldn't say it until we'd gotten to this point in our relationship, or maybe she was just saving it for when it would be the most effective on me. Either way, she's got me so turned on that I'm lusting after her like never before. And so, God damn it, we take a shower, a genuine one this time, before returning to Kaguya's bedroom. God damn it, why do they have to have a fucking scene after the H scene? Now that she's gonna be naked, it's gonna be fucking eyes in her mouth and a gray box for a Sprite.
ドキドキしっぱなしだわ。
We lie down next to each other in bed, staring once more into each other's eyes. Thank God she's clothed, I guess. And now it's time for the real pillow talk.
こんな風にしていたら、いつまで経っても余韻が消えてくれなさそう。
I wouldn't have it any other way.
そうね。その通りだわ。今日は朝まで一緒にいられるんだもの。いくらでも余韻に浸っていていいのよね。
I love you even more when I see you having fun.
じゃあ、もっと浸らせてくれる？
Wouldn't have this any other way either.
本当にあなたは私に餌を与え続けてくれるんだから。
What do you mean by that? Probably because you're so damn good at asking for it.
すべて聞いてくれるあなたあってこそよ。
Honestly, it feels like you do far more to make me feel good about myself.
たくさんからかってしまってる分の償いみたいなものだけど。
Wait, that's why?
嘘。私もそのあたりは自分でも少し意外だったの。もっと率先してリードしたがるタイプかと思ってたけど、そうじゃなかったみたい。
You are the dedicated princess, but yeah, there's a lot of different sides to you.
あなたがあんまりに可愛い人だから立ててあげたくなるのかも。
Way to ruin the moment.
そもそも私たちの関係は立たせてあげたいという思いから始まったようなものだし。
Now you're making it even worse. Quit acting like you just said something clever.
でもメッシ暴行といった風に尽くしてるわけじゃないわよね。
True. I wouldn't have fallen in love with you if you were.
ありがとう。私もあなたのその思いを苦しいくらいに感じるから、今日もいっぱい乱れちゃった。
I really couldn't hold back.
続けて求めてくれたものね。私も求めてたからお互いにだけど。
I feel like you get sluttier for me every time this happens.
あなただってすごいんだから。私どんどんドスケベ女にされてる感覚があるもの。
But you like it, don't you?
愛する男性に気持ちよくしてもらえることが嬉しくないはずがないでしょ。
What is with his one fucking line responses? I don't think I'm ever going to stop being obsessed with you. It's only going to get worse.
それこそお互い様よ。私だって。
What's up?
なんだか こんな話をしているうちに、いつの間にか朝になってそうな気がしてきて。
Pillow talk till the sun rises, huh? It doesn't sound so bad. Couldn't do that if it wasn't a sleepover. Although it kind of pisses me off that we're missing out on so much by not being together every day. I'd love to have these quiet, slightly embarrassing moments with Kaguya much more often. Hell, every day if I could. From now until the rest of eternity. Wait.
何?
Yup. On a different note, I sit myself up cross-legged in bed. What I'm about to ask doesn't feel suited to pillow talk.
体勢が変わるくらい違う話なのね。
Kaguya giggles happily and follows my lead. Only she sits with her legs out to the side.
これでいい?
Yeah, thanks. I was just thinking, and that's when it hit me. Like, how long will you be in this world for? I sort of just assumed to myself that now that we were dating, she'd stay here forever. It was only just now that I realized that can't be the case. And now that it's on my mind, I felt compelled to talk about it. Please, Kaguya, I need to know.
ええ、そうね。大事なことよね。あなたも気になって当然だわ。
Not going back isn't an option, I take it.
そうね。私はあなたにお父様の後を継ぐと短歌を切ったんだし、いずれは必ずあっちに、スネウ国に帰る必要があるわ。
Right.
でも、まだまだ帰るわけにはいかないの。
Because of your brother?
ええ。何の対抗策もないまま戻ったら、ほぼ間違いなく私の負けでしょうし。
So you'll be here until you've come up with a...
それと、私はこっちに来た目的を、実を言うと、完全には果たせていないの。
Huh? Does that mean meeting me and ensuring my safety wasn't your only goal?
順を追って話すわ。落ち着いて聞いてくれる？
Sure.
まず、私は世界を渡るに際して、最終的な目的、いえ、目標を立てていたの。あっちとこっちの行き来ができなくなるようにしなければって。
What?
そうしないと、魔王のマナを狙って、こっちに渡ってくる者がいなくならないから。
But, what happens to the two of us?
ええ。当然、離れ離れにならざるを得ないわ。
Then why?
落ち着いて。順を追って話しているから最後まで聞いて。お願い。
Sorry.
ううん。ちゃんと話していなかった私が悪いの。とにかく、私も、あなたと永遠に離れ離れなんて、絶対に受け入れられないわ。もう、あなた抜きの人生なんて、ありえないもの。
Kaguya.
だから、今話したのは、当初の最終目標。あなたと結ばれてから、違う目標を据えたの。行き来ができる状態でも、問題ない状況を、どうにかして作るしかないって。
Of course. That way... Wait. That means you'll have to make it so that no one's after Diablo's Manor anymore, right?
大枠では、その通りよ。
Is that even possible? The people of Kaguya's world already know all about me. I may be able to control my mana now, but that does nothing to stop them from sending people to search for me. They'll keep trying for as long as I live.
難しいことなのは間違いないわ。でも、 それを成し遂げなければ、望む将来は得られない。だから、ずっと考えていて、でも、まだまだ全く、短所すら見えてこなくって、それで、あなたにも話せずにいたんだけど。
I see now. I get how she must be feeling. It's still wishful thinking at this stage. If I were in her shoes, I'd find it cruel to bring it up and cause concern. Right as I'm going over my thoughts on the matter.
でも、きっと、なんとかできるわ。
The smile on her face is just as determined as her words. Breath catches in my throat as a heat fills my chest. Kaguya, I'm so hopelessly in love with you.
世界を渡って、あなたと出会えて、いくつもの昼と夜を重ねて、恋に落ちて、あなたから男性機能を取り戻すほどに愛してもらえるに至った自分を、私は信じてるの。だから、きっとなんとかできるわ。
I know you will, Kaguya. I pull her into a tight embrace. Because I believe in you too. Okay. Hear me out. Does that mean Riku canonically likes Kaguya the most because it was harder for him to get it up? But how do I say this? Because in this route, due to the special training, it was harder for him to get it up. So, unlike in every other route, he had he had a bigger hurdle to jump over in order to get it up for Kaguya. Never mind.
リク、
Because I believe in you too. Something, something. Okay, so what can I do to help?
もう、あなたったら、だったら、とりあえず、私にもっと自信をもらえる？
Kaguya shuts her eyes and raises her head toward me. What she wants is obvious. I took her waist toward me as our lips press and rub together. If my love is what gives her confidence, then I'll shower her in more love than any girls had before. I slide my loving tongue forward to coil around hers and lick around inside her mouth. And Kaguya begins to tremble, clinging to me harder as a result and pressing herself all up against me. By the time we finally part, an intoxicated smile has come over her face.
あんなに熱烈にセックスをした後なのに、こんなにすごいキスまでもらっちゃったわ。
If this is what it takes to give you confidence, then I'll never stop.
一晩中でも
Sure.
キスしながら眠ってしまっても
I'll be kissing you in my dreams.
目が覚めてからもしてくれる？
Sure. Just one thing I need to clarify, though.
え？
I want to do this just as much as you do.
もう好き。
We spend the rest of the night locked in a passionate embrace, kissing each other until we fall asleep. Maybe we were born in different worlds, but in this moment, we're swearing to each other that we'll never let that be a reason to separate us. We may not be able to see a way forward right now, but we'll find one no matter what.
好きよ。
I keep on kissing her passionately, lovingly, long after the point that my lips start to swell, all in order to give her the confidence she needs. I was hoping that the transition would be the chibi form in her new outfit. A few days have passed since our sleepover. I'm in my room, deep in thought. Thoughts about what else but Kaguya's proposed solution. I feel so useless, having to rely on her for everything. If only I could come up with some ideas of my own. Sadly, there are limits to what I can do. I barely know anything about her world to begin with. Maybe I should just let Kaguya come up with the ideas and help her solidify them. What do they call that again? Rubber ducking? I've never heard that before. Maybe I have. Never mind. I could be the inanimate object that she examines everything to. That she explains everything to. Oh, I guess. Okay, I think I understand the concept, but you can't be the rubber duck in the bathtub, alright? Kaguya. Right then, I happen to get a text from the very person I've been thinking about. My heart aflutter. I immediately open it.
申し訳ないけど、すぐに来てもらえる?
It should go without saying that I left home as soon as possible. As soon as physically possible. Kaguya wouldn't call me over like this without good reason, so this has to be important.
谷風さんのマナを奪おうとした例の男の背景事情が判明しました。
This is important. My gaze darts over to Kaguya, who gives me a grave nod. We managed to stop that man from stealing my mana. Then Kaguya sent him back to her world, leaving him in the custody of some of her subordinates. If they've managed to get some information out of him, then this could be a huge step forward.
オリエ、続けてもらえるかしら。私も改めて頭を整理したいから。かしこまりました。では。まず、彼の通り名はクラビー。傭兵であり、依頼を受けて谷風さんを狙ったのはすぐ判明しました。となれば、雇い主が誰なのか。ですが、ガンとして口を割らず、そこから進めずにいました。
But it's not stalled now. Did you finally manage to make him fess up?
いえ、彼の釈放を働きかけてきた者が現れたのです。
By who?
王都市議会の一員でもある、傭兵ギルドのギルド長です。
I get the urge to start bombarding Aurier with all of my questions, but I fight it back and keep listening. It's not like I know all that much about their world or Snue way. I still don't remember how to pronounce it in the first place. Any questions I may have are best saved for when the explanation is over.
ギルド長の主張はもっともなものでした。
Aurier must have realized how I'm feeling. After a pause, she nods and continues.
異世界での現地人に対しての犯罪行為はもちろん、すべての行動を裁く法律は我が国に存在しない。今まで世界を渡る者はほぼいませんでしたからね。法整備がされていないのも当然です。したがって姫様が直属の部下を用い、クラビーを拘束する法的権利もない。むしろ不当な監禁にすら当たるはず。そして王室の方も法に従うのが我が国の生態。そう主張されれば、こちらもクラビーを引き渡す以外にありませんでした。
You released him?
釈放しないとこちらが罪を問われるだけだもの。あっちの部下の判断は正しいわ。
No. Yeah, I get that. It's just he was our only lead.
いえ、向こうは焦ったのでしょう。これはこちらに隙を見せたも同然。手がかりはむしろ増えたのです。
You mean that Guildmaster messed up somehow?
彼の主張は法的にも正当なものだったのは間違いありません。傭兵ギルドの長である以上、本来的には全ての傭兵に対しての保護義務があるのも確か。しかしいろいろとおかしなところもあったのです。そもそもクラビーはこっちで捕らえられ、そのままあっちの手勢のもとへ送られたのですが、そんな彼の居場所をギルド長が知っていたということがまずおかしい。たかが傭兵ギルドなどにそこまでの諜報能力があるはずもないのですから。
So, you think he had an informant? You think he had an informant?
その通りです。クラビーの居場所を突き止めるほどの諜報力を持った情報提供者がなくば、この展開はありえないはずと、これがおかしなところの一つ目です。
Right. You said some. What else is there?
クラビーはあくまでも一階の傭兵にしか過ぎません。腕は立ちますが地位があるわけではない。そんな程度のものをなぜ一組織の長がわざわざ動いて釈放させたのか。これが二つ目です。
Wait. I thought you just said the Guildmaster had jurisdiction over all mercenaries.
本来的にはです。ただの建前ですよ。釈放を働きかけるべき傭兵はクラビー以外にも多数存在すると確認が取れています。
Ones that he hasn't gone out of his way to help, you mean?
クラビー釈放後に数人には働きかけていましたが、これはただの目くらましでしょう。何せそのいずれも身柄を拘束されたのはクラビーより前のものばかりでしたから。
Right. Yeah. It definitely sounds like he was trying to cover his traces.
そしてこの2つだけでリスクを冒しても背後を探る理由として十分。ギルド長の身辺調査の結果、
Jesus Christ.
巧妙に隠されてはいましたが、裏帳簿に多額の入金を確認できました。
Okay, hang on a minute. I understand that whenever there's 3 lines in a text that they shrink the font size, but there's a lot of space there. You didn't need to shrink it this much. Where did that come from?
様々な政治団体、思想団体、傭兵団や商人などを経由していましたが、結論を申し上げますと、
Like, look at this 3-liner. I mean, sure, the words are smaller, right? There's less words, but like, still. Never mind.
大元は姫様の兄君である第一王子。
Great. So, like, I knew it was going to lead to this, but how do you explain this plot point as how do I say this? They're saying that Klavi was hired by Kaguya's brother through the Guildmaster, I think, to extract Diablo's power from Riku. Right?
以上、状況から考えて、クラビーの雇い主と呼ぶべきものは、第一王子でまず間違いありません。
Or are they saying that Kaguya's brother is so stupid that he directly hired Klavi without a scapegoat? Right? If you're saying it can go either one of two ways. Either her brother is so dumb that he didn't think of the ramifications of if Clavy got caught. Or two, he's so arrogant that even if he did get caught, because he's the crown prince, he can get away with it. Right? Because that's what he did with the assassins. Right? He was so blatant with trying to assassinate Kaguya in another world that there's no other way to go about it other than to say that Kaguya's brother tried to assassinate her. Right? But if we're saying that Kaguya's brother hired Clavy, then what? See, this is the problem with having Clavy as a plot point in the common route. Because each time he is brought up, there is a different circumstance regarding him, right? In Noah's route, he was a hired hand, right? Kaguya hired him. In Amani's route, he was free. He was already free in the other world and tried to attack Amani and Riku. And now here we find out that he was hired by Kaguya's brother. Right? Are you saying that he was hired by Kaguya's brother in both in both routes too? Right? How do I say this? With Amani's route, I can understand, right? Maybe he was hired by Kaguya's brother. That plan failed. He was sent back to the other world. Blah blah blah. He was released. Whatever. And then he saw that Amani and Riku were in this world, so he went after them. Something. But that doesn't explain Noah's route, where if you're telling me this, if you're saying what I think you're saying, he was hired by Clavy. Clavy was hired by Kaguya's brother, and then he was hired by Kaguya. Right? Is there no conflict of interest there? Because essentially the main reason why they were able to hire Clavy is because he failed in his mission and the employer doesn't care what happens to Clavy or something. Right? But now you're saying that they do care so that Clavy doesn't potentially leak any information to Kaguya's side. But wouldn't he be incentivized to do the same thing if he was hired by Kaguya in Noah's route? What is going on?
改めて考えれば、手段が強引かつ単純で、脇が甘いところからしても、まあ兄様で確定だと思うわ。
I just hope that in Kurumi's route, he's just never brought up, right? Or at least do the same thing as they did in Amane's route, where they just never mention him until he's brought back into the fray at the end, as essentially doing his own thing, I think. I'm still iffy on that one. So then, my mind immediately recalls the assassin who was sent after Kaguya.
そうね。
Kaguya must have had the same thought. She takes one look at my face and nods.
例によって順を追っていきましょう。兄様は莫大なマナ資源を得ることで王位継承を確実にしようとまず考えた。身内に甘い汁を吸わせるのがあの人の上等策。魔王のマナが得られればその身内の枠、利権に絡むものを増やすことができると。
And that's why he hired Clavy.
ええ。だけど あろうことか、最大の政敵である私に、魔王のマナ奪取を阻まれた。
Okay, I mean, I guess you can consider yourself his rival to the crown now that you want to actually succeed the throne. But before, you didn't want to become the queen, so...
もちろん、最初はわからなかったでしょうけど、必死になってクラビーの居場所を探したんだと思うわ。そして、私の手のものに確保されていると分かった段階で、怒り狂って2つの手を打った。
Right. The first of which had him use secretive means to release, or rather, retake Clavi.
ええ。そしてもう一つは、先に私をこっちで排除してしまうこと。でしょうね。
Which means that while the attack targeted different people, they were both part of the same plan.
策というほど大層なものじゃないわ。兄様らしい、場当たり的で短絡的な手ね。
Okay, well, there's my answer. He's just dumb. Right? Sure, you could say that he was both, but, you know, you could either be more arrogant or more stupid. He's more stupid, is what I was getting at.
魔王のマナの奪取は失敗したけど、代わりに姿をくらましていた私の居場所が分かった。
And now he knows that both of you are in cahoots, so now he will try to send a stronger assassin? Is that what I'm getting? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
なら、むしろ異世界にいるのは好都合。抹殺してしまっても、いくらでも取り繕えるし。政敵を排除した上で、魔王のマナを手に入れることを邪魔する者もいなくなるなら、一石二鳥。これで自分の王位継承は確実。本当に、兄様らしい短絡的な考え方。しかし、短絡的であろうと、第一王子の決断力と強引な実行力は厄介です。どちらの襲撃も一歩間違えば、あちらの思い通りに進んでいた可能性は高いのですから。そうね。どっちもなんとか防げたけど、かといって、こちらが劣勢のままなのも変わりないし。でも、
At this point, Kage turns to look directly into my eyes.
私はあなたのためにも、ここから形勢逆転を狙わなくてはいけないわ。
I know.
ええ。暗殺されるわけにはいかないし、あなたのマナを奪われるわけにもいかない。その上で、兄様を追い落として、次の玉座につかなければならない。
I mean, that shouldn't be hard to do, should it? You have evidence directly linking two assassins to your brother, right? Maybe Clavi is more iffy in trying to tell the people about him because I don't think they like Diablo, right? So maybe they won't find an issue with Clavi trying to steal Diablo's power or something. But they're definitely going to have a problem with the fact that your brother tried to assassinate you. So, you know, we have a lot of information now, but I still don't feel like there's anything that helps us turn this around. You sure? Because, okay. Actually, you know what? Sure, I guess you could say that it's because he has power, right? In terms of how he has the mercenary guild, I guess, and the army, I guess, and the assassins, or something wrapped around his finger, I guess. I don't know. Look, all I'm saying is that Kaguya, being as popular as she is, surely should be able to do something about it.
そうね。兄様が資格を送ってきたということを、あっちの法廷で証明するのがまず難しい。
Would it really, though?
正当な手続きで掴んだ情報じゃない以上、開示しても、こちらが不利になるだけだし。はい。今の状況であっちに戻っても、 良くて膠着状態に持っていくのが精一杯かと。その良くての状態になったら、お父様を幽閉している兄様が明らかに有利だわ。だから、さて、どう手を打つべきかしら。というところね。
Right. This crown prince may be brutal and simple-minded, but you have to give him credit for taking the initiative over us. By sending an assassin. And Kage's best chance is to take him by surprise in some way. The question is, how? Say he did send another assassin here. At least my magic would be enough to deal with them.
それは間違いないわね。あなたの存在は、こちら側の数少ない絶対的優位点よ。
Yeah. Wait, I know. I know we had to release Clavi, but what about the assassin? That had the ice dagger. Is he still in your custody?
はい。現在、あのナイフの作り手から、正確な身元や所属を割り出そうとしているところです。と言ってもまず、南辺境博の子飼いのものだとは思われますが。
Is there no way of tracing him back to the prince?
辿っていくのを蹴取られた段階で、まず第一王子は、南辺境博を切り捨てるのが確実です。
Okay, so he wasn't dumb enough to directly hire an assassin. Alright, he was only dumb enough to directly hire Clavi.
そして、南辺境博も、資格を切り捨てる。権力者とはつまり、切り捨てられるものが多いものなのです。
Can't you do it without arousing suspicion? He didn't realize you were looking into the Guildmaster's secret accounts, right?
辺境博とはすなわち、国境警備にあたるほどの実力者ということです。申し上げるまでもなく魔族であり、魔法に長けた配下も多数抱えています。
Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? So it would be it'd be a whole lot more difficult, and therefore not realistic, huh?
しかし、できればこちらが先手を取りたいのも確かです。谷風さんと共にこっちにいる限りは、町に徹することも不可能ではないですが、それではいずれ自利品だと、谷風さんもお考えなんですよね。
Given what you've told me, yeah. It's just, I don't know. The two of us fell silent and thought.
そもそも、いえ、向こうの手も、二度の資格を、こちらの駒は、優位点は。
Well, I was thinking a stronger assassin, but if you're thinking two assassins, then... Meanwhile, Kage's mumbling to herself as she thinks.
順を追って、陸の制御力の劇的向上があって、あの魔法、そして勃起機能の回復。
Okay, you didn't need to bring that part up. It sounds like she's going over everything that's happened with me. She did claim I was one of her few trump cards earlier. So it'd be good if she could fit me into her plan somehow. I should consider how I can be of use to her. Of use too. It's not so easy to imagine though. I can give us the advantage against magic users, but how can we connect that to reversing the situation entirely? What if we went back to Kage's initial objective of preventing travel between our two worlds? But that would stop Kage from ever returning home. Huh? Kage had fallen silent, only to snap up straight. Ori and I both look at her in surprise.
姫様、何かご案が。いえ、先に二つ確認させて。リク？
Oh, yeah?
あなたは自分の意思で前世返りすることは可能なの？
I mean, it shouldn't be that hard, considering he has a lot more control over his mana than he did in other routes.
そして、その上で元の、今の姿に戻ることも？